One of the most important characteristic of a chess player is the ability to convert a winning position into a win. And it's very crucial that you convert a winning position to a win because you will not get many such chances in tournaments. If let me show you this position, Ahaan versus Vaishnavi. Ahaan has played some wonderful moves to reach this position. As you can see, white position is completely winning. Two rooks have covered the d file, full control of d file, knights active, queens active. Back rank is not an issue because there's no threat right now. So in this position, Ahan has a very simple winning move. Let me first show you how he reached such a wonderful position. He got it right out of the opening. He started with a scotch. Sorry, it was a Gecko piano that turned into a scotch. Pawn takes, knight takes, and Vaishnavi took here, which is actually a mistake because it allows white to get a good position. C6, castles. Now black is too far behind in development. She is too far behind in castling also. E5, knight h7, and now queen f4. Queen e7, pawn b3. A very nice idea to play bishop a3. Knight g5 to give extra protection for f7 so the queen can move. Bishop a3 anyway. Knight e6. Queen, bishop takes knight. Queen takes back. Bishop takes bishop. Rook takes back. So now black cannot castle on the king side. Knight c3, b6, knight e4, just jumping onto the d6 square. And you can see that he has got Vaishnavi right here. Like the position is excellent for white, and you cannot ask for more when you're playing a fourth round game against a top seed. King d8, rook ad1. Now the position just goes from good to excellent in a matter of few moves. Rook e1, king c7, rook d6. Queen moves, rook goes back. Here he could have just played rook ed1, but he goes back, just keeping the position fine. Queen e6 repeats. Rook ed1 now. Rook d8. Rook d6. Queen goes back. Here it's actually possible to play e6, but Ahan plays it a little more safely. He goes to g3, so that now after e6 pawn takes, the rook cannot attack the queen. So queen g3 is played, and now rook g8 defending g7. E6. And here we have it. Computer thinks it's plus 11. It's just completely winning. The discovery is kind of a threat, a big threat actually, which means d7 pawn is gone. King c8 was played by Vaishnavi to move out of the discovery. And here, if you have one good look at this position, you don't even have to think hard. You can find the winning move here. Ahan had almost played it. I could see in the live video that he had almost played rook takes pawn. The winning move is rook takes pawn. Rook takes pawn, rook takes back, rook takes pawn, rook takes rook back. Queen c7 is a threat, which means black cannot play queen takes pawn. So the threat is, the move is rook d7, outright win. Queen c7 is a threat that cannot be stopped. Even after rook takes rook, rook will take back. So queen says c7 cannot be stopped except by giving up the black queen. So black will have to do something like this. After rook takes, he'll have to play queen takes rook. No other choice. This was missed by Ahan. He hesitated. This was a moment to finish the game then and there, but he hesitated. He did not play rook takes pawn, he played pawn takes pawn. Make no mistake, it's still winning, but it's still a game. Rook takes pawn was game over because black had to give up the queen. I see this is one of the most important moments when you play a game. You have played so well, you've reached such a nice position, and you're about to make the winning move, but then just before making that move, you hesitate. Like the player just thinks that there is some problem in this move. There is a mental block. The mind plays a trick that if you play there's some trick, some move from black that we have to face. Like for example, I think he was thinking of rook takes, and pawn takes, maybe queen takes knight. That must be the ghost that he saw in the position. But there is no ghost in the position. It just outright winning. Rook takes d7, game over. He misses that. King goes away. Now he goes back. Now you can see after that missed win, he plays some inaccuracies. Knight d6 is actually all right. King moves, knight f5, and now queen moves. And here knight d6 is actually a mistake because rook takes d7 is possible. It's just a free pawn. There is no threat. So he has erred here. He has made the mistake of letting black come back into the game. Vaishnavi plays bishop e2, making things a little more complicated for Han. Han plays queen c3, which turns out to be the blunder that gives away the game, because now black has c5, and you don't need any more chances if you are a 1600 player. No more invitation needed to play this move and get back in the game. And now after knight b4, it just lost. In this position, after pawn c5, you could play queen e3, but it's a very difficult move to find. It looks just lost for Ahaan, because now everything is hanging. Rook is hanging, this rook is hanging, the d7 pawn is also hanging. So in a matter of three moves, after missing the outright win, he reaches a bad position. Now he has no safe moves in the position. Tactics will not save him. No tactic will save him now. Pawn takes rook, queen c7. There's some pressure, but it's just pressure. Black can hold it. Queen e6, rook takes pawn. Black is a full rook up in this position. And there is also the matter of the back rank. Queen e1 checkmate. Rook takes pawn, and Vaishnavi takes away that very crucial pawn. And from there is no coming back. It's just a winning position, and she converts it in the easiest way possible. Both of them are low on time, but time doesn't matter here much, at least. So it is just a easy win now for Vaishnavi. So let me again take you to that crucial moment where he played pawn takes d7. Players will not get such big opportunities to win a game. And when you get such an opportunity, you have to convert. You cannot hesitate. You cannot falter at that very crucial moment. You have to finish it. Whether the opponent is 2000 or the world champion, if you get this position, you got to play rook takes pawn and finish the game. These are the kind of moments that can decide your tournament. And this was one such moment in round 4.